Nayna?
Your Eminence said it herself.
That's right, Nayna never did go to the tomb that day. She entered my husband's private quarters.
How do you know?
Quite simple. Shoe prints were discovered in Inga's private quarters. Shoe prints that belonged to Nayna.
And then there's her benevolence's statement. She said Nayna disappeared right after she entered Minister Inga's private quarters. The room from which Minister Inga himself came running out not long afterwards.
You are not seriously suggesting?
It's the only thing that makes sense. Nayna trailed Minister Inga and left his private quarters thereafter. That's why no one's seen her since. And why only the minister's shoe prints were found outside the residence.
No way!
That's gotta be it. Nayna must have somehow chowed the minister. All the excuse me. All the circumstantial evidence has fallen into place. You can't ignore it anymore. You can't claim Nayna ain't connected to this case somehow. In light of this, the defence calls Nayna to the stand. Well, Your Eminence.
Very well then, let us call Nayna to testify.
Yes, now I can finally crack this case wide open. Let us adjourn while the witness is summoned.
There is no need. Nayna's in the waiting lobby.
What? Nayna's here? I thought she'd gone missing.
It seems she was feeling unwell and simply wished to rest undisturbed. But a concern for Rafa brought her here today.
She took time off without Rafa's knowledge or consent. I'm betting there's more to her disappearing act than meets the eye, Apollo. Miss Nayna, do you understand why you've been summoned here today?
Yes, of course. Her Eminence has informed me that this man here suspects I've committed a crime.
So this is Nayna. It's quite the hairdo.
Though I will say, I suppose I'm not as old as I had thought. If this horn-headed nincompoop would take me for a criminal.
Nincompoop? Isn't that Rafa's favourite insult? I guess Nayna rubbed off on her with all the time they spent together.
You there, young hornhead?
Yes?
You're accusing me of slaying Minister Inga and channeling his spirit, yes? What an active imagination you have. Young folk are so wonderfully open-minded.
Thanks. Take the compliment, Justice. Now then, will the witness please proceed with her testimony? The court wishes to know if you did or did not channel Minister Inga in his private quarters.
I was feeling under the weather yesterday and decided to rest these weary bones. Besides which, a lowly servant such as I could not possibly be an honourable spirit medium. Only members of the royal family can learn the art of spirit channeling here in Karayan. After Queen Amara's passing, Her Eminence Queen Garan is the only spirit medium left. If you believe a medium to be the culprit, it would have to be that young lass Maya Fey. And there you have it. It seems we've summoned her for nothing. Only those of the royal bloodline have the power of spinach channeling. That a servant such as Nayna could channel spirits is almost an is a most unamusing jest.
On the surface, anyway. But our line of reasons led us to this end, that Nayna channeled Inga's spirit. Alright, the defence may now question the witness.
Hold it!
Albie's dog stole your hat when you were in the courtyard yesterday afternoon. Was it after that you decided to take a rest?
I had been feeling unwell all day and had pushed myself too hard. I kept feeling weak and dizzy, and that dirty mongrel only served to worsen my condition.
While I sympathise with you, Nayna, you took the whole day off without informing Princess Rafa. She was very worried about you, you know.
How very kind of her benevolence. But she need not concern herself with the welfare of a mere servant such as I.
Except to Rafa, Nayna's not just a mere servant.
To even think a mere commoner could channel spirits or slay a minister, what hogwash.
Hold it!
I hear you are the head servant, isn't that right?
Are you suggesting my position affords me the ability to channel spirits?
Since you're the head servant to a family of channelers, I'd say it's plausible. If you wanted to, it's not impossible for you to learn through exposure.
I think not, for that goes against the very underpinnings of the kingdom of Karayan. To become a spirit medium requires a noble spirit and rigorous training, but most importantly, one must be a direct descendant of the founder. It's not simply some hobby one can take up in the manner of knitting or gardening.
So commoners could never become a medium no matter how hard they tried.
That is common knowledge to all who are born and raised here, young hornhead.
Hold it!
Okay then, what if you actually have royal blood in your veins, Nayna? Like a distant relative or something?
I'm from a line of humble fishermen all the way back to my grandfather's grandfather. I never heard talk of royal blood nor noble ancestry.
Apollo, if spirit channeling is a secret art passed down from mother to daughter, even with a royal ancestor it'd be impossible to learn without the right training.
It is as the Bob once says, it must also be mentioned that this secret art is only taught here in the kingdom of Karayan and your country's Karayan village.
Well, things falling into place like I expected. I would ask the witness to continue her testimony.
Hold it!
Queen Amar was the victim of an assassination, right?
Yes, oh, she was a beautiful, gentle soul. but she fell in love with a man of dubious origins and was murdered in a terrible place. Fate can be so cruel.
Except she's actually still alive. Poor Nayna has yet another follower unwittingly praying over an empty sarcophagus. Amara, the Queen has been locked away in her existence of the world erased. But the fact she's still alive shackles Nayna to Garan's will. Nayuta, the only reason you're still standing there by that woman's side is because you're afraid of what would happen to Amara otherwise, right?
We need not recount such ancient history. Let us continue with the witness's testimony.
Hold it!
Miss Fay was being held hostage. She was completely tied up and didn't even know Minister Inga's true name, making it impossible for her to kill or chow him.
I know nothing of that. Listen, you horned devil. Were you not just insisting it was my Fay who charmed Minister Inga? My, how quickly you change your tune.
No, I'm just quick on my feet when new information presents itself. I'm also quick to force my biggest smile when times like this demand it. It's great you're following my advice, Apollo, but try not to look so forced while you do so, would you? Nayna's right about one thing, though. Only those of the royal bloodline can be spirit mediums in Karayan. Common folk like us are out of luck. Yeah, I guess so. Still, I think I'll finally be close to connecting all the dots once I point one very big thing out. And what is that, Apollo? Could you please clue me in? Well, we know Amara is still alive, but I don't have any fucking evidence for that, do I?
Objection!
Aha! Okay, I presented what makes sense in terms of a direct contradiction, except I don't know how to make it make sense in the larger context of the case. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Well, is the defence going to follow up its loud objection with a sound explanation? Oh, sorry. How do I put this? I believe there's a problem with Nayna's testimony. Go on. She asserted she could not possibly be a spirit medium because, in Karayan, only members of the royal family can learn how to channel spirits. I fail to see the problem in that statement, Defence. Hold on, I'm getting to it, Your Majesty. Nayna's saying an absolute falsehood. Since we know Amara's still alive. At the same time, circumstantial evidence points to Nayna channeling Inga. After all, just after she entered his private quarters, Inga come running out screaming despite having been killed at 2 PM. That would mean Nayna channeled Inga, even though supposedly only those of the royal family are capable of doing so. Wait. Is it too late to ask for a refund on my trip down the rabbit hole? Mr. Wright, you may think I've lost my mind with this bluff, but If I can at least establish the possibility, I think it will give us the break we need. Wait a sec. Are you going to propose what I think you are? Yeah, it's a huge risk, but I think there's a chance I can prove it. Will the court please look at this photo? Huh? That's... Oh, and it's a tattoo, isn't it? The diamond's a tattoo! It doesn't just disappear, it's a tattoo, so yeah, that would connect them as well. That's a distinguishing feature. Yes. Ha ha. Ha ha. Yes. This photo's very existence, to say nothing of the person in it, contradicts the witness's claim that Queen Garan's the only remaining spirit medium in Kurayan.
Holy devil, you mustn't!
Oh, but I must. Under these circumstances, the outcome of the trial depends on it. But you already knew that, didn't you, Your Eminence? Will the defence please explain who is showing the photograph? The person in this photo is the previous Queen, Amara Sigatar Kurayan. Contrary to popular belief, she was never assassinated and is in fact very much alive. What? That's nonsense! Take a good look at the law book in this photo, Your Majesty. The mark of the dragon branded on it can only have been placed there after Queen Amara's supposed assassination. Queen Amara's still alive? Has the lawyer gone mad? While I personally find it hard to believe, I will allow the defence to continue. You may proceed, defence. Queen Amara's death was staged to keep her safe from a would-be killer. Yet according to Dirk, she's actually being held captive somewhere. The real truth is Queen Amara is not being held in confinement. Rather, she walks freely among us. Here, in this very courtroom today. But how? Do not be deceived, Your Majesty. The red pepper is skilled in weaving plausible lies. It is the cunning lawyerly art known as bluffing. But know this, there's no need to fear his forked tongue. That's where you're wrong, prosecutor, because you'll be quaking in your boots soon enough. Is that so? It's my turn, Nayna, to wake you up to the truth right before your eyes. Queen Amara is still very much alive and has been disguising herself as...
Take that!
But that's... That's the simplest and clearest explanation for everything we've covered so far. The person who killed Minister Inga, someone with intimate knowledge of the divination science, the medium who charmed the minister in order to master the real time of his death, condense these traits into one person, you get a spirit medium of royal blood. And that person is none other than you, Nayna. Your true identity is former Queen Amara and the killer we've been looking for all along. What?
Objection!
Have you finally lost your mind, Mr. Justice? What you say is beyond blasphemous, even in the depths of hell.
Oh my, such frightening allegations.
Indeed, and absolutely ludicrous to boot. Her Eminence Queen Amara yet lives, and is actually Miss Nayna here? Have you truly gone off the deep end? You don't have to take my word for it. In fact, a certain someone can help prove it. Your Eminence. If Queen Amara truly is dead, you should be able to channel her spirit right here, right now. Isn't that correct?
I can deny it no longer. The lawyer speaks the truth. Nayna, the woman who stands here before us, is Amara, the former queen believed to have perished 23 years ago.
Poor Kunka! Finally. We've finally got Inga's real killer on the stand. Nayna. No. Amara Sigatar Karayan. Please drop the act and tell us what really happened.
Oh dearie me, I guess I shouldn't have underestimated the power of youth. Well done, young hornhead.
Well, ain't that something? Whoa.
I was getting tired of masquerading as an old woman anyway. It has been far too long since I last greeted you good people of Karayan. It is I, Amara Sigatar Karayan, your former queen.
Queen Amara? Whoa. Ah. And I thought Garan's makeover was extreme. Can it really be true? You're alive and well?
It is true. I feel as though I've been called back from the Twilight Realm. I fear I've caused all of you a great deal of distress. Amara, I'm sorry I was unable to keep your secret any longer. I hope you can forgive me. It is quite all right, Garan. I am safe now. For Dirk, the blackguard who threatened my life will be recaptured soon enough. I need not conceal my identity any longer.
Queen Amara, what does all this mean? Were you not killed in the fire 23 years ago?
I barely escaped the blaze with my life. But though I survived, I knew the scoundrel would make further attempts on my life. Therefore I staged my death and abdicated the throne to my dear younger sister Garan.
But at the building of the Great Tomb, and disguising yourself as a lowly servant, why would you do such a thing?
Garan, I would have you explain. I wished for her to be close at hand, and it was the only way I felt I could protect her. It was the best way to hide her from the eyes of the public. After all, who could see of Amara lowering her station to that of a servant?
She's got that right. Even Dirk thought Amara was being held captive in a far-off place. He never even guessed she was living as a servant right in plain sight.
I must say, a life dedicated to servitude of others is not the least bit disagreeable. It's a quiet, humble existence, far removed from the tedium of regal duties. Ah, but those days of peace have ended. And it's all because of you, Hornhead.
You should consider yourself lucky that's all this ends with.
If there's something you wish to say, then say it.
It doesn't matter who you are, you won't escape the crime you've committed. The defence moves to indict you as Justice Minister Inger's real killer. What's this? You'd accuse Queen Amara of homicide? A Grand Priestess of Corionism? You can't do that! She's virtually a goddess to the eyes of her people! If you commit the crime, you better be ready to do the time. Be you a priest, saint, queen, or god. I've never met such an egalitarian person! Queen Amara, in your years disguised as Nayna, you would have learned about Minister Inger's disorder, so you knew you could dress in Dirk's clothes to forge a convincing seance vision. Isn't that right?
What a curious character you are. You would label me a murderer? Me, the one who the people regard as the reincarnation of the Holy Mother herself?
You may be a grand figure in Corionism, but as a foreigner, you're just another suspect to me.
It would appear your words are not in jest. Am I to suffer the sullying of my good name with accusations of murder most foul?
Please, Queen Amara, forgive his impudence. The lawyer knows not what he speaks.
Fear not, good magistrate, for this is the sacred hall of justice. Though I am a grand priestess, on this stand I am but a witness like any other. I shall face his accusations with grace and benevolence.
Your compassion overflow with your mercifulness.
Oh, young lawyer, in my benevolence I must warn you your assertion suffers a tragic flaw.
Eh? There's a flaw?
Nayuta.
Yes, your mercifulness.
Who was present in the tomb when the murder was discovered?
Dirk Sadmadi, Maya Fey, and the victim Minister Inger. I see. That is a fatal flaw indeed. It appears Queen Amara couldn't possibly have gone to the tomb as Minister Inger. What? Why not?
Do not keep the defence waiting, Nayuta. Explain how wrong he truly is.
Yes, your mercifulness. Her Benevolence Princess Rafa saw Minister Inger enter the tomb at 2:30 p.m. Yet due to defence claimed the person she saw was the minister being channeled by Queen Amara. However, if her mercifulness had channeled him and moved to the tomb, then once she was done channeling, Queen Amara would have re-emerged and been left stuck in the tomb. Oh, yeah. Had she tried to exit before you all arrived, Princess Rafa, who'd been looking down on the courtyard, would have seen her. However, her benevolence saw nothing of the sort. Yes, because there isn't an empty sarcophagus she could have hidden or anything. In conclusion, Queen Amara could not have left the tomb without being observed. And yet, she was there in the tomb when the murder was discovered. Defence? No, she wasn't.
Now do you see? Your flimsy claim has been uprooted like a sapling in a flood.
Ugh.
Well, that was entertaining, Prosecutor Sabmardi. Assume the prosecution of this case and clear your mother's good name.
You wish for me to take over?
Yes, prosecute your father to save your mother. What a poignant fate you bear, but bear it you must. Are you ready?
Yes, Your Eminence.
And there you have it, Your Majesty. I shall watch the rest of the proceedings from the sidelines. I relinquish complete control of this sacred hall to your authority once more.
Why, thank you, Your Eminence. Now then, Your Mercifulness, your testimony, if you please.
I shall now destroy your utterly absurd and barbarous theory. I was not anywhere near the tomb following the murder. Were your theory correct, I would have been in the tomb once I'd stopped channeling. My husband Dirk is the killer, but he has fled from the sacred hall. May the Holy Mother rain judgment upon the traitor Dirk Sabmardi for his crimes.
Oh, such marvellous testimony. You're truly a treasure, Your Mercifulness.
This too is but the grace of Her Holiness. No doubt my unmasking here today was for her as well.
Oh my! The Holy Mother, you say?
Yes, surely Her Holiness has guided me to this witness stand. And to the purity of truth.
Oh, how magnificent, Queen Amara, the Holy Mother's messenger here on earth. Praise be for Queen Amara, blessings upon her mercifulness. Where did those animals even come from? Now then, the defence may question the witness. But remember, she is a grand priestess. No disrespect will be tolerated. That means no pointing out conflicts, inconsistencies, or any other flaws in her testimony.
Hold it!
My theory is utterly absurd and barbarous.
And high-handed, if I may say so. The youth was right to call you putrid-minded. Surely even the monkeys of Mount Pony's holy waterfalls could devise a better theory.
Surely you can steal better insults than the Uta's best.
Now then, to all of you gathered in this sacred hall, need I remind you?
Hold it!
Or maybe you were hiding inside the sarcophagus. After all, it does technically belong to you. I bet you'd have no trouble opening it.
If I had been in there, I could not be here today, for the tomb has been under constant surveillance since the murder. I would have never been able to leave.
I guess not. If I might ask, what's in the sarcophagus anyway? You're still alive, so...
There is despair, sadness, hatred, and malice. Only one brave enough to see the truth hidden deep within could discover the final hope, my continued corporeality.
You completely lost me. In other words, it's empty. But no one dared open it because they were too scared of the curse.
Now will you dispense with your theory? It is as empty as my sarcophagus.
Hold it!
I'll admit you weren't in the tomb after the murder.
Very good, but that very truth refutes your theory. Even if I channeled Minister Inga and entered the tomb, the moment I ceased channeling him, I would have re-emerged at the crime scene.
Precisely. As you said yourself, Defense, Queen Amara was not there after the murder. The only living souls in the tomb at that time were Dirk Sabmadi and Maya Fay. Oh.
Be it in this life or the next, there is no escaping such simple truths.
Hold it!
There must be a reason why he had to make his escape today.
A reason? Perhaps.
Perhaps what?
To conceal himself and lie in wait for another chance to claim my life.
What's this?
Objection!
No, it's definitely not like that, your mercifulness. First of all, you don't really believe he's trying to kill you, do you? After all, you two ran off together after he rescued you all those years ago.
Only because he had the audacity to claim it wasn't me, you must believe me. It was my duty as a wife to her husband to bend an ear to him, was it not? Communication after disagreement is the secret to a long and happy marriage.
Sure, I guess. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Don't ask me.
That is why I listened to Dirk. However, he didn't have a shred of evidence to support his claim. It grieves me to admit it, but my husband truly did try to murder me.
That's quite enough. It's abundantly clear that Queen Amara's testimony is flawless.
Oh, do you understand now, lawyer?
This is bad. The judge ain't gonna let me cross-examine her much longer. Amara should have been in the tomb after the minister's murder, but she wasn't. I don't get it. How did she just vanish from the scene of the crime like that? It shouldn't be possible for normal people to... Maybe. Maybe what? Your Majesty, I think I can explain why Queen Amara wasn't there in the tomb after the murder. Very well, Defense, do explain. I believe it was an accomplished through a method only she's capable of. And by using this special method, it'd be possible for her to literally disappear. Well, don't keep us waiting, let's hear it. How did Queen Amara disappear from the tomb? All she had to do was channel someone. Then she could easily disappear from the scene of the crime. After all, she'd literally be someone else. I believe that actually makes sense. What do you have to say to that, Queen Amara?
You believe that I, a Grand Priestess, would use the sacred powers we are channeling to commit murder?
What the? Ah! Mercy, your mercifulness! How dare you spew such vile blasphemy, Defence! You will retract your last statement or face immediate execution!
No, good Majesty, it's quite all right. Quirianism also teaches we must respond at all times with reasoned principle. Therefore I shall offer a measured response to his blasphemous accusation.
You have something to counter with?
Indeed. Are you listening? It would not have been possible to simply vanish by means of spirit channeling. After all, it would require a deceased person to channel. However, there was only one murder victim in the tomb, and that was Minister Inga. The only others there right after his murder were Dirk and Miss Fay.
Ah.
Had I channeled Inga as you allege, well, the outcome would have been quite odd to say the least. For there beside the dead minister, a living, breathing one would have appeared. Even if I'd been in the tomb, there was no one to channel except the deceased minister. So you see, I could not have vanished by means of spirit channeling.
Ugh, that's true, but I can't rule it out yet. Because, well, what if there was another victim? Someone we ain't identified yet?
How absurd.
If you channel someone other than Minister Inga, you've got to use their identity to disappear from the tomb. Another victim? Queen Amara, please add your last statement to your testimony. This could explain everything. Wasn't there a sign of another victim there in the tomb? And yet, why do I sense I'm not going to like what I'm about to find out?
Hold it!
What if there was another victim besides Minister Inga?
What on earth could you mean? The only body found in the tomb was the minister's.
Yeah, but, Amara's counter-argument's too spot on to rebut. Actually, there's one possibility. What's the matter, Apollo? That's one heck of a face you're making. Oh, it's nothing really. And yet, that means...
Hold it!
the Holy Mother's going to judge him.
Within the doctrines of Quirianism, we are taught that upon death the Holy Mother shall judge our souls. To those of pure spirit, her holiness shall be as warm and merciful as the sun. But to those of depravity, her wrath shall echo that of an angry mother to her child.
An angry mother? I wasn't expecting the Founder's judgment to be so down to earth.
The scriptures of Quirianism were the first in the world to be written such that they would be accessible to worshippers of all ages.
Wow, that's unexpectedly progressive. I'd say it's easier to manipulate children in that way. So Mara's claiming that Inga was the sole victim, which fits perfectly well with what we know. But was he really the only one? What do you mean? Wasn't there evidence of another victim besides Inga? Someone we've yet to discover?